I've made it to Port Browning. It was about 9 nautical miles to get here. I left Otter Bay, went around the top end of North Pender, came down along the east side, and then entered into Port Browning that way. Lots of boats here, lots of room to anchor, but there are lots of boats here. A lot on moorings, lots anchored, and a bunch of them look like they've been here a long time. But that's typical in the Gulf Islands. It seems more and more these days. You find boats that are just sitting unattended, really, for long periods of time. But lots of room to anchor, so that's not a problem. I'm in 33 feet of water, so it's going to go up about 4 feet tonight, and then it'll be low in the morning, so that'll bring me down to about probably 25 feet. Supposed to be a mud bottom, so I'm going to stick around here for the night, and maybe I'll take the dinghy out, get a few shots, and then decide if I stay here tomorrow or move on maybe to the next bay over. We'll see. Well, it's the end of the day, and I didn't do too much. Just hung around the boat, went for a quick little spin in the dinghy, and saw that there's like a community dock. Got a pretty cool walkway to get down to the dock. Yeah, then I came back, had some dinner, and I don't even know what I'll do. I don't know what I'll do tomorrow. I hadn't thought that far ahead yet, but I'm sure I'll get up to something. I'll either go to the next bay over, or maybe check out somewhere else. Day, and I have departed Port Browning. There's a little breeze out of the southeast, so I thought I'll get the sails up. I've got the main, the mizzen, and the Yankee because I'm going to be turning north, so the wind will be behind me, and I'll have a nice little downwind sail. I'm not going that fast, 2.5 knots upwind right now, close hauled, but yeah, it's really light breeze. I'm not going to go far today. I think I'm just going to go to Montague, so I'm a little closer to home. I decided not to go around North and South Pender Islands this trip, so I'll just save the next bay over for next time with Devlin. And yeah, just get a little closer to home, so tomorrow won't be such a long day. Well, it's been a good day of sailing. I set the sails up as soon as I left Port Browning, the bay there. Sailed all the way around the east side of North Pender Island, all the way up to the top of Navy Channel. And then the wind just completely shut off. I was only doing like 2.5, 3 knots all the way up, so it wasn't a strong wind. Got to the top and it just completely died, and there's current and it's going backwards. So motored out just a little bit past that. Now I'm at the top end of North Pender and approaching Active Pass on starboard. And I've got a nice little breeze, so it's on the beam now. So all sails are up. I rolled out the staysail since it's on the beam, not downwind. And I'm doing like 3.5, 4 knots. It's just a nice little gentle breeze. And yeah, this should get me all the way to Montague, I hope. A good day of sailing. Well, it's the end of the day. I made it to Montague. Grabbed a mooring. Nice to have the day over, but it was a really fun sail. And I think the distance was about 14 miles total. I have to double check that, 12 or 14. And I sailed for most of it. So that was a fun day. Tomorrow I'm heading home, and I'm hauling out soon. So I'm sure I can record something for that. Well, good morning. It is September 10th already. We're into the fall, and I'm heading to Maple Bay, and then tomorrow I'm heading to the Maple Bay Marina, which is just half a mile away, and I'm hauling out, so just annual maintenance. Gonna haul out, bottom paint, change the zincs, and shouldn't be on the hard too long. Well, I made it to the Maple Bay Yacht Club. It took about 3 hours, and I think around 16 nautical miles, give or take a little. And it's a really nice facility here. They have a nice marina and clubhouse. And I was on the dock earlier walking, and I saw a little yellow San Juan 24 sailboat, which is the same kind of boat I had, even the same color, when I started sailing in 1996. And the origin story for my sailing career was on that boat. A friend of mine was moving from Vancouver to Ontario in August of 1996, and he asked if I wanted to buy his windsurfer. And I said sure. I'd never windsurfed, but thought I'd give it a try, and I was taking it down to English Bay in Vancouver every weekend to learn how to windsurf. And I saw all these little dinghy sailors and small keel boats and large keel boats sailing around me, and I thought, well, that looks a lot more fun. So by the end of September 1996, I'd purchased a little San Juan 24 with a yellow hull, just like that one, and started sailing. Actually, my first time ever being on a sailboat was during the sea trial for that purchase with the broker. So that was a turning point in my life for finding something new. I was in my mid-20s, and I didn't know at that point that I would fall in love with sailing and still be doing it, 25 years later. But yeah, a big part of my life from that moment on. So fun to see a little boat that is the same make and model and color as the one that I started sailing with. The plan for the rest of the day is just to relax, and tomorrow in the afternoon I'm just going a little further down the bay to the 1 or 2 marinas over. That's where I haul out, and it's in the afternoon because of the tide. I need enough water to get into where the lift is, so high tide is preferable. And yeah, we draw 6 feet 9 inches, so just nice to have lots of water when I get in there. Yeah, and then haul out. Hopefully just be on the hard for about a week for some bottom paint and survey just for our insurance, and back in the water and back to doing some fall cruising.